You are in conversation with Aspire Solutions. I am Mushfiqoh Samodien, Business Director of Aspire Solutions, a custom development software house. Today I'll be having a conversation with Waseem Essack, our Senior Business Analyst at Aspire Solutions. And why I thought this would be valuable is he would be able to give us some insight into his journey into technology, the path that he followed, and fundamentally, this is to allow any student who is currently in the line of BCom Information Systems what the environment is about and what you can look out to. So over to Waseem. Waseem, if you can give the listeners some insight into your journey, maybe start with your path that you followed from school.
Hi, Mushfiqoh and everyone that's listening. Yeah, so my journey started when I studied BCom. It was a BCom General. And at that time, I actually had no idea where I was going, in what direction I wanted to choose, whether it be finance, accounting, economics, information systems. So in general, you do a bit of everything. And when it came time to choose my majors, I went with information systems as it was one of the subjects that I was very good at. Even in choosing my major, I still wasn't sure where I was going, which path in information systems. I then finished my undergrad and I did postgrad. And my postgrad obviously helped me, and it kind of opened my eyes as to all the different paths you can take within information systems. And obviously, you then know you can go the project management route, you can go the analysis route, you can go development and so forth. And even at that time, I was still unsure which route I was going to take. Finished my postgrad, and I then got into an internship in a financial institution. And in the internship, it helped me a lot. I got to see and experience, obviously, the real world and how the working environment works, and obviously interaction with other people, and networking, and just learning more about the industry itself. At that time, I found my passion being analysis, and obviously I wanted to further my studies just to understand more and also just see what I was getting into. And I did a business analysis diploma, which really helped me a lot. From the internship, I went to junior consultant. From junior consultant, I went into the business analysis role itself. And I'm currently right now a senior business analyst, where if I can just maybe differentiate between what a business analyst when I started compared to the senior business analyst, I would say the major difference is working on multiple projects at the same time. So whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 projects, you kind of need to have them all working in parallel, and you need to be across the board, making sure everything's running smoothly and all the clients are happy. So that was kind of my path and where I started to where I am right now.
Okay, so Waseem, what I find interesting is you've given us some insight into possibly all the questions that any student would be asking, firstly, and that you followed the systematic approach of your undergrad, your postgrad, going into an internship, junior developer, junior
Business
analyst,
analyst, yeah.
junior analyst, and from there, I think the thing that stands that the question that I would have with where you currently are, the environments and being in various industries of you mentioned finance at Aspire currently, the thing that stood out was simultaneous, the fact that you're
Yeah.
working on many projects. So explain the working environments within industry and more corporate facing versus your current role as a senior business analyst.
So I think in my previous experiences or my previous jobs, they worked more waterfall. And when I speak of waterfall, I mean it was more you have your client engagements, you do your documentation, and your implementation and building comes right at the end. And when I joined Aspire, what I enjoyed and what I had to learn was more the agile approach, where We have our client engagements, but we start building, the developers start developing from the word go. So we have little cycles, iterations where we meet with clients weekly, we show them what we've done, we get some more input, and it just keeps going. And I think the clients appreciate that more. It's also a better way to build, because if you go the waterfall approach, you're literally building the entire, call it, if it's a house that you're building the entire house. And then when you demonstrate or show the house to the client, they then say, oh no, I didn't want this room over here. I need you to move the room and I need to change this. And we didn't want a double story. It's now changed, blah, blah, blah. So with the iterations that we do weekly, it kind of also helps the client and it helps us at the same time to show the value and bring value to the client. And the agile approach for me, I think, is awesome, and it just works all around.
Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, it's not nothing against waterfall. It's clearly from a preference perspective, and the way it sounds in your role and the, call it, the iterations as you refer to, the fact that you are seeing output a lot quicker helps you define your next steps, which is obviously key within analysis. So,
Yeah.
what I see happening here is the evolution of unknown and a role versus your current state, which seems to be a continuous rush within your space.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely a rush, but I mean, if you enjoy your job and you enjoy what you do and you're bringing value to your clients and you're keeping people happy, it's always it's an achievement. It's something that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So me personally, I enjoy my job, my working environment, my colleagues. I love coming to work every day. Don't necessarily have that, blue Mondays. Ah, it's work tomorrow. So I kind of look forward to it.
So, generally, when people go the information system route, it seems to be a very technical role, whereas analysis can be across any sphere. Where do you place yourself?
I would place myself in the middle. So because I'm client facing and I do a lot of engagement with clients, I also then need to take that output that we receive from the client and then communicate it to our development team, because obviously they need to then build based on the requirements that we received from the client. So obviously I put myself in the middle.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That sounds like a very important role there, Mr. Essack. So, in closing, what would be your key growth points that you have seen for yourself over the years within industry, within the roles, within the undecided factors of the past, and where you find yourself now?
So my growth would definitely be communication. As you know, as a business analyst, you are doing a lot of client engagements, you're doing a lot of workshops, a lot of meetings, obviously probing, because you need to get the correct output from the client in order to develop what it is exactly that they want. And at Aspire, we wear multiple hats. So because I'm doing, the client facing work, if you want to call it, doesn't mean that I don't get involved with what the developers are doing and trying to understand their way of work and a lot of things on the database design and so forth. Because it's easy just to sit on one side and just take requirements down, give it to your developers and tell them to build. But if you actually understand what it is they need to do and how much time and how much effort it is, it can also help them if you can actually, understand it, know what they need to do, and then also then, with the timelines you need to give back to the clients, you can manage that better and you can manage expectation and yeah.
Okay, so I think in closing, what would be your advice to students currently who have taken on the BCom Information Systems degree?
I think from my side it would be, don't be afraid or scared if you don't know which path you're taking, because I was in that boat. Don't think that you need to know everything when you start your first job. I mean, a lot of what I've learned has been over the years and not over the years, but yeah, over the years and on the job learning, if I can say that. And I think that's the biggest fear, because even myself, when I started, I was like, oh, do I need to, refresh myself, go through my textbooks or my notes again? not everything goes always exactly according to the books and what you've learned. Every business or organization operates differently. And I mean, I went from one, for example, company working using the agile approach, another one using waterfall. It's you learn on the job. And I think, yeah, that is the main thing. Just be open-minded, open to new things. Don't be afraid to ask questions on the job. And yeah, things will go. I mean, if you have the right colleagues and the right mentors, people that are there that's willing to help you, no question is a stupid question. So yeah.
That is some great advice. So I think what we are showing you at Aspire is the expansion of the various roles that are attached to technology. So educate yourself, ask questions. As Waseem said, have no fear, and no question is a stupid one. This is In Conversation, Aspire Solutions.